Hey there, I'm Victoria. I'm a medical coder, auditor, educator, and content creator, and on my channel I provide tips, tricks, and tutorials to help you be successful in a medical coding career. Now, all career paths have their surprises. There are things that they just don't teach you in school that you learn on the field, and medical coding is no exception. But what are the things that you should probably know before you get into medical coding, and what are some of the surprises that you may find out once you start actively working? If you need more information on medical coding and you haven't already subscribed, I would highly encourage you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can get alerts when I post new episodes. One of the first things you should understand about medical coding is it's not like other types of coding. In fact, it's not a programming type of language at all, like Python or JavaScript. It's actually the review of medical records, abstracting certain data elements, and then transferring those data elements into code sets. It does have a little bit of math in it, but really not much. There are certain codes where you might have to calculate things like square centimeters. So you have to know that if a provider documents that a wound was 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters and he put a 3 by 3 skin graft on it, that you take the 3 times 3 and that equals 9 square centimeters. Or you might have to add things like if a patient has multiple lacerations or burns or something, there might be a little bit of addition or calculation of square centimeters, and that's pretty much all the math in medical coding. Depending on what type of coding you're doing, you might not even do any math at all. There's different types of coding actually, kind of like engineering. You have software engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers. Coding's the same way. We kind of are all coders, but we do different kind of stuff. There's coders that code just for services provided by doctors and advanced practitioners. There's coders that code for hospital services, so the whole inpatient stay, everything that kind of got covered in the hospital. There's coders that just do diagnosis coding. And depending on the type of coding and the specialties involved, you can actually receive different types of pay. I made a whole video about this if you want to check it out, right up there on the card. When it comes to education for medical coding, you actually don't need a bachelor's degree, you don't need an associate's degree. Anyone can start learning medical coding. There's lots of online courses that you can take. For example, the AAPC, AHIMA, there's independent instructors. Really, you just need to take some online courses and pass a certification exam. Most employers only want to hire medical coders that are certified. Now, if you're starting out with no medical background, you might want to go through a community college or technical school to get some sort of diploma type program, because if you don't understand medical terminology, anatomy and physiology, and even medical insurance, those can be some hard things to learn on your own. You might need a little bit more support than you can get from just an on-demand type of option. I mean, it really depends on what kind of learner you are, though. But yeah, the big focus is really getting a certification. Like the AAPC has their CPC certification. That's probably the most popular one to look into. AHIMA has the CCA, which is the Certified Coding Associate, and that's their entry-level coding certification. I certainly wouldn't discourage anyone who wants to go out and get their bachelor's degree, but it's really not required for most medical coding jobs.